Today, from a very wet Clarence Park, we're talking to Harry Wheeler after Saints have drawn 1-1 with Bishop Stortford in National League South on January the 2nd. Another game of two halves, Gary. First half, people think we could have been 3-0 down at half time. Second half, we came out, well, almost all guns blazing.
Yeah, they needed a little bit of a talking to at half time. I think it's. I'm delighted with the response. Absolutely delighted. I couldn't have asked for more second half. So I've said that to them and there. I said, it's how you finish the game, and games can be won in second half. So I'm delighted at that. We've addressed it, starting slow again. I think from the after the first two games where we started really, really well, we started slow again. That's being addressed. But in second half, I was really, really pleased.
Any idea why we started so poorly? We were kicking down, supposedly towards our favourite end, although we have scored more goals at the top end this season. Yeah,
I've got an idea. Tactically, we've been playing a certain way. I won't say, because obviously some people would listen to these, and we've been playing a certain way. I changed it to match them. They changed it to match us. So we've gone the two opposites. And so what it proved is that my general formation is better than theirs, isn't it? Because they went to ours and we went to theirs. But what happened basically? They changed it, but they didn't quite do it exactly, and we were waiting just to make sure that we were 100% right on what they'd done before we changed anything. 10 minutes before the end of the first half, we changed it to the formation we wanted to play and what we originally normally play, and we carried that on to the second half. And I even thought the last 10 minutes of the first half we started to get a few more chances, and so I would say the poor start today, was tactically. Players got to take ownership as well. They didn't get tight enough to their men in the midfield, but they said they were finding it hard because of the formation. They had an extra one in there than us, and they said we were getting it caught in between two. Again, they gave that excuse. We changed it. I said, no, you got no excuse. And to be fair, second half they didn't give us one. They don't need one, because they proved that maybe it was that, and tactically maybe we got it wrong at the beginning.
Our equaliser came 10 minutes in the second half. Great goal. Jermaine Mead, you know the player I mean. Ball into Ben Martin. Lovely touch off to Theophanis. A ferocious shot. And we had, 35 minutes then to go on and win that game.
Yeah, we did, and we pushed. And I think we pushed well, and we had chances. Could have been a little bit more clinical. Said to Theo, he had another one 5 minutes later onto his left foot. And I'm thinking just slot it in, and he went for power again. But when he's just gone for power one and scored a goal like that, you can't blame him for trying to do it a second time. But I think we had many chances setting off, and they still had a few. They're a good side. I think they're a good side going forward, and they will always threaten. But second half we picked up everything and we created chances again, and we're creating so many chances at the moment.
And most people seem to think we should have had a penalty about 17 minutes from time. Corner by James Comedy, defender at the back post. Sounded like handball.
Yeah, look, it was. We've seen it. The linesman even turned around and said it was. But the linesman this end, which is obviously, the ref said he needs to go and review it, but he didn't have a great angle, and I think from that he was quite. It was a penalty, but then I thought theirs might have been early on, and I thought a few weeks ago it's an identical one to Tom Bender's one in the Margate game. So they come and go, these things, and we're not going to sit and well over them, like we're not going to sit and think about the first half. We're going to go from the second half, and hopefully I said to them there, that's your bar set now. So you can't go below that second half performance, so keep your bar high.
Only one defeat in the league since you took over as caretaker manager, Harry, but 3 draws from 4 games. That's not the form that's going to keep us up.
No, it keeps us in the pack, but it doesn't take us away from it. But again, like you said, 2 wins at home, 2 draws at home. We've got as I said to you last week, we're going to turn them into wins. We go to a tough game next week, but they're the sides you want to play. You want to play the good sides and see where we're at, and you can't underestimate anyone in this league, and we will 100% be on it. The players will be on it. As you said, it's better drawing games than losing them, but at the same time you've got to start picking up three points here and there, and we'll be looking to do that start Saturday.
No Eddie O'Shirley today, he's away. John Kiriako recalled from his dual registration with Cambridge City at right back.
Yeah, I always liked John anyway. I've always been a fan of John. I think gives you so much going forward, gives you that energy, and he's quite vocal, and that helps. He talks to people in front of him, he organises well, and he's a hassle for defenders, and I thought he played really well today. I think in the first half where most people are poor, he's probably one of our brighter ones, getting up and down the line, and and then second half he followed with the rest of the team. The rest of the team played really well, and he's come back in and he done really well today, and he'll keep his spot for next week.
It's a rotten day for football. It rained throughout. The pitch is a bit muddy now, but it has stood up remarkably well, really. Didn't seem to have any bearing on the game, though.
No, the pitch it needs credit, this ground, I think, for the pitch, and it sees. I think there's only 3 games on today, and that proves it. it's as dry. It's still dry now. You could go out there and there's no puddles and anywhere on the pitch. So they've done a fantastic job with the pitch here, and it is definitely drains the best in the league. And people know that, and people will come here and play, but they want to come play and they'll play with us. Hopefully, I expect us to be coming out on top.
You're talking about changing the draws into wins. How do you as a coach approach that? Is it something that needs the mindset of the players to change, or is it something you need to tweak? Or
iron out little bits. Iron out, where we're going to go, what bits we need to change, what bits we need to fill out on. You look at little bits, and I'll go and watch the game. I'll watch all of it and analyse it. And there'll be little things that there were some bits from last week. We might have spoke about set pieces last week, and I thought that's something that I iron out to take them into wins. And I thought we defended set pieces really well today. So that's been ironed out. That's one thing. The goal came off his head and then off his shoulder and went in. It was a good delivery, but that getting a little bit tighter to people. But week by week as a coach, you're just going to iron out little pieces and try and find little bits that are just going to make you that spot on. You're never perfect, but you can be permanent in your quality, and that's what we're looking for.
Since Monday as well, of course, Tom Bender's now signed full-time.
Yeah.
He's made his move permanent. Must be delighted at that.
Oh, brilliant. The two fullbacks were fantastic. He was really good again. And he wants to be here. And there'll be a couple of others that are hanging in and around that actually they want to be here. And the players want to be here. And, Tom had offers from hire as well. And he wants to be here. He enjoys it. He enjoys the football. He's happy. And, it didn't take too much persuading. But he's a very, very good player. And he's a really good catch for us.
I haven't spoken to you since Ben Nunn got recalled by Boreham Wood. Will that be something that you'll be looking to resurrect maybe later in the season if he's out of favour up there?
Possibly. I mean, he's played the last two and done well. I don't know what happened today, but he's played the last two, done well. Of course, Ben's a good player, but as I said, John Kiriaku's come in, and John plays like he did today. I wouldn't be recalling anyone. You come in here, you fight for your place, you play well, you keep it. And John's come in and kept it, so I don't go on reputation and spend that. And John's come in and John deserves to play next week.
Yeah, and the last one is Jonathan Edwards. His loan deal runs out today, I think. Yeah. Is that right?
We're working on that. I can tell you there's 4 clubs in the league above us that are trying to take him. So there's competition. But again, and as I say, he wants to be here. He's told me that. He wants to be here, he wants to play for us. And that can go a long way. And if the club listen to him, he'll be our player. If they don't, and he moves on to other places, we'll wish him the best. But he's done very well for us, and he's pretty happy that he got his start today again. And he's got a very good future in the game.
You've mentioned a couple of times there that the sort of positive atmosphere in the dressing room is something that has been noticed on the sides. Anything you put that down to, or is it just one of them things?
It's man management, isn't it? It's all man management. That's what football is. It's man management, managing people, managing players, and trying to get the best out of them individually and make them feel like they're good footballers because they are. Well, I'm not lying to them because they are. And that's it. They're well together anyway. They're a good bunch. They get on very well. They enjoy each other's company. And you can see there's a togetherness when they're out there. When we go goals behind, they don't hide, and they go and they believe in themselves now. And you can see that they believe in themselves as a team.
Looking forward to next Saturday, Harry. Away to Sutton United. They're pushing for the playoff places. We're right at the bottom of the table. Only one away win. The lowest goal scorers away from home. Another change in tactics?
Potentially, we'll analyse them as well. I need to do my homework. We don't just go into games thinking, we'll just do this. We've got to be a bit more shrewd than that, especially where we are. So we'll have a look at them. I don't quite know yet. We'll have a look throughout the week and judge what they're doing and what they're playing. But again, I say we go to places like that on the ball. If we're on it, I don't see much competition. I think they're a good side as well, but we can handle our own. It's just we'll get that tactically. We'll get that right next week and make sure we go there and be hard to break down, but also hard to beat and hard to get the ball off.
It's funny, I was talking to some supporters on the far side at half-time. They're saying this side's got some really good players in it. It's a good side on paper, but you look at the results. They've got to do it on the pitch soon.
Yeah, I think at times though we've done it on the pitch since we've come in. We have in performance-wise. The points-wise, again that's 9 points. That's 9 points now out of the games. Before the changes, we'd got 14 points out of 18 games. So 9 points out of 6 isn't as bad, and we're heading in the right direction. I think the ship's been steadied. Now it just needs to be carried on and pushed on further, because you're right, there's some very, very good players. And I look at the on paper and I look at other teams and I'm not biased and I go, would I take them? And I think, no, I wouldn't take them players. Like, we've got what we've got and we're a strong side. So and the lads believe in themselves now, and we've got to turn it, as you said, we're going to turn it into wins, and it has to start Saturday.
If the boat's been steadied, will you be at the helm for the rest of the season, or?
It's a tough one. Look, I have my other job. Obviously, I'm full time at Dagenham, and obviously the manager changed there as well, and I'm in there a lot at the moment. Right now, obviously, because I'm head of youth there, when the Christmas period is on, the youth side shuts down. So it's been easy for me at the moment. It changes next week again when it goes back, and we'll have to see it over time. But we'll have to see what happens.
Thanks, Harry. Right, just a reminder then, Saints have drawn 1-1 with Bishop Stortford today. Stortford took the lead through Morgan Ferrier, and the second half equaliser for Louis Fia, Fanners for the Saints. Next Saturday we're away to Sutton United in the National League South. Kick-off at Gander Green Lane is at 3 p.m. That's Saturday the 9th of January.